Hi everybody, welcome to part 2 of Module 2. This week I'm just going to break down what we are looking for in our second week of Module 2. And by now I'm sure you are very familiar with our format. So now that you are ready to view week 2, the first thing that we do is click on the overview of the week. Well, actually, the first thing we do, of course, is to watch the video, but then we look at the overview. So this particular week is a focus on picture books. And last week you had the chance to pick out 2 Caldecott winners. And of course, those are all focused on illustrations and the pictures within the book. They received the award for the most beautiful or powerful illustration, and we're going to continue on with that topic. So in this week you are to focus on reading the text, which is picture books, in our module reading, and then that will be directly aligned with our reading organizer on picture books, and that is the same format that we follow every week, so we don't need to click on that today, but remember that the reading organizer is always due on Tuesday of the module, of the week of the module. All right, the next assignment that is due for this week is a reading commentary. So we're doing reading commentary number 3. And this week we are going to New York's top 100 picture books. And you can find that book list here. And it is New York Library's 100 Great Children's Books. And it is really a fantastic site where it's all through A to Z of the most wonderful children's books that they have come up with. So I would like for you to please go through the list. Don't be afraid to go all the way to Z and just check out what you find. I'm sure you will find books that you were familiar with maybe as a child, or if you're currently teaching in the classroom, you might see these titles in your own classroom library. Or if you are a parent or an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent, you might have these books in your own personal library. But don't be afraid to explore and choose a book that we haven't talked about yet. So if you've already talked about a favorite book and it's on this list, I challenge you to find a new book that you would like to explore. So your job is to choose 2 of these books, then go down to the library or do this search at the library and walk over to the children's section and check out each book. Now, if you are using an e-reader, such as a Kindle or something like that, I will accept that. Since we are focused on picture books, though, if you have the opportunity to get to the library and get a copy of these picture books in hand, I think it will enhance your experience just because the focus is on illustrations. And when you have that paper in hand, that book in hand, it really does make the experience a little bit different. Will I mark you down because you used an e-reader? No, I will not, but it's just my suggestion or my tip for the week. If you do use an e-reader, however, please make sure you're taking a picture of the actual e-reader in hand so I know that the book has been downloaded into your device and not just grabbed a copy off of the internet grabbed a screenshot or something like that, because we know that I don't accept those because that's not giving us the same experience. Any questions, of course, please email me through Canvas. So once you've chosen your 2 books and you have read them, then you are to make your initial post. Remember, you are doing this for both books, so it needs to be twice on the reading commentary. Include the title and the author. And then you're going to break the book down beginning, middle, and end. Just 2 or 3 sentences of each. So beginning, 2 to 3 sentences. Tell me where and when does the story take place, who is in the story, and what is the main problem. The middle should be about 4 sentences because that's usually the bulk of our story. And that should be what happened and who did it happen to. Don't want to give it all away because hopefully we will go and check these books out ourselves and read them for ourselves. And then the end, 2 to 3 sentences. How was the problem resolved? What did the character do at that point, or what happened after it was resolved? Once you've done that, then you will list 5 vocabulary words from the book that you think are an integral part to the understanding of the story or the plot. It doesn't have to be words that you didn't know before or anything like that, but just 5 vocabulary words that you really think helped give you a better understanding of the story or plot or described it in a really important way. And then finally, you need to attach the image of the book into your commentary. It can be one image with both books included. It could be a selfie with you and the books. It could be an image of your Kindle or e-reader, or it can be 2 images, one of each. So don't feel like you have to do an image of each book. You can do one image with both books included. And I do love selfies, so don't be afraid, but don't feel pressured. Okay, everybody, and then finally, do remember to respond to your peers. That is due by Sunday, so your initial post will always be due Thursday, but don't forget to go back and respond to at least 2 peers by Sunday. That's 2 points on the rubric. If you don't respond to your classmates, then it's an automatic 2 points off, so the highest you could get would be 8 out of 10, and I want all of you to get 10 out of 10 if your work is exemplary. So please don't forget, put a little note on your phone or a little sticky by your computer just to remind yourself to go back, because that is not listed on Canvas, and sometimes we do forget. Also, you could post, if everybody's posting on Thursday, you're certainly welcome to make that make those peer posts on Thursday as well. Just do them all together, but just make sure that you do reply. I do encourage you also to check back in if you do make all your posts early in the week to see if anyone's responded to you, because sometimes we have some great conversations and we forget to go back and respond, and what could have been an even deeper conversation. So do make sure that you check back in, see if anybody replied to your post or your comment, and don't be afraid to extend the conversation and go beyond just the 2 posts. All right, everybody, that is week 2 of Module 2. The only thing that we have to do after that is just be looking ahead. You are going to be completing your first literature study in Module 3. So if you have not had a chance to start because of Winn-Dixie, I strongly encourage you to get that book and start reading it this week. Since it's a pretty light week, we're just doing a reading commentary and a reading organizer. This would be a great week to get your reading out of the way for Winn-Dixie. It's a very easy book. It's a very fun book. If you have kiddos at home, this would be a great book to read to them aloud. I've done it with both of my children, and it was probably their most favorite book that we read aloud, or at least top 3 for sure. Very fun book. So please get started on that. If you're using an e-reader, that of course is fine. Or if you're using a library book, that's fine. Or if you purchase the book, that's fine. But I don't want you to be stressed out in Module 3. So do get started. And then of course, if you're having a hard time getting to the library, if it's starting to pile up and you're feeling overwhelmed, don't forget to check out this library book checklist. It will give you a heads up of the upcoming book checkouts all the way through the end of the semester. So it will help you with your time management. Okay, everybody, in Module 3, I will explain our literature study, but for now, just focus on reading because of Winn-Dixie and have fun with your picture books and your reading commentaries. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always email me through Canvas. I am more than happy to help in any way that I can. Have a great week, everyone. See you later.